from me. There. Right. And reference clap. 1, 2, 3. Oh. We both clapped at the wrong time. Am I lagging on your end? 1.
No, it was pretty close.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was dead on.
Not for me. But
Weird. It was dead on for me.
Who knows? I can sync it up. It's not a big deal. It's
This is what
super
you're paying
easy.
for, Patreon. This is what you're paying for.
Oh, they don't get this.
The good shit. This is the good shit.
Yeah, I should just add this.
This is.
Do you like this
Captain's
Patreon?
Quarter shit.
Yeah, tell your friends. Is this worth the $3? Is it? Because I think it's definitely worth only $3.
Well, how about this? I
A
tell you
month.
what's worth the $3. $3 a month. I love you, and I'm proud of you. And I know, listener, that you're working really hard.
Yeah.
And things haven't always gone your way. But you know what I love about you? You're funny, charming, kind person.
Yeah, you
So,
got it going on, and you're gonna have a lot of
$3 a month.
You're gonna have a lot of hugs if you want them this year in 2023.
Elon
Right.
doesn't give you those comments, and he charges you $8 a month.
And
So-
different tiers, dude. There's a news level, there's a corporation level, a personal level. It's all different. There's different badges now. It's gray, gold, silver. So fucking dumb.
He sold the coffee shop inside Twitter's headquarters.
I
He
heard.
sold like
He pieced it
coffee
out.
makers on a
Like he's like a
for
fucking
pennies on the
garage
dollar.
sale. What the fuck is this guy? Oh my god.
You have to sleep here to work here, but you can't have coffee.
Oh my god. I never thought about that. Oh wow, what a fucking dick. Dude, I used to love man.
I'm going to start paying you in Elon bucks. All right. So instead of getting an actual paycheck, you'll go to the Elon store, and you'll spend your Elon bucks, and you'll live in Elon houses inside the building.
Yeah, and
I call it a company town.
Since this is probably on Patreon, I need to preface. I didn't love Elon the sense of I love a billionaire. I just you're making rockets cheaper. You're making electric all the pretty
It's
stuff
like
on the
Hassan
surface
says,
was amazing.
It's like Hassan says, he's supposed to. If he were what he presents himself as, especially earlier on in his career, we should all love him because he'd be Iron Man, right? Like he'd be discovering new ways to engineer. But he's a con man. He's just always been a liar who buys companies. He's never engineered anything. He didn't even get the college degrees he said he did. He's just a liar who is rich. Like he's an apartheid emerald baby who got his money from his grandparents stealing an emerald mine from black indigenous people in South Africa. And he used that money to buy a bunch of successful companies where people had already invented things.
It's truly baffling. And from right there, we're going to go right into the show. Hello and welcome to America the Conversation. My name is Tim Philippi. I'm one of your co-hosts along with Andrew Turner, our other co-host. What's up, Andrew?
Fake news. I do not co-host the show.
But you do. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you just heard us talking about liars. And if you're not, well, we're going to get right back into that same conversation. But you can find us on Patreon, donate $3 a month, and get extended episodes and hear what the hell we were talking about before I started saying, hello and welcome to America the Conversation.
Yeah, my name's Tim.
That's how I
host this
sound.
thing.
That's how I sound to me and you, I hope. But liars. So we want to talk about liars because the craziest things, and we're still in December. We record these well in advance because it's not a current event show necessarily. But the overarching subject is liars from the right. And so much shit has just happened in one singular week. That is the last week. If you're listening to this in probably February or something, you know what happened in the last week of December. Andrew Tate got arrested, and if you know him, I'm sorry, I just found out about him too. But
one less Andrew to compete against me.
Thank you.
I will be the high Andrew.
And this one,
the last Andrew,
was an incel. You, fun fact, not an incel.
Nope,
Never thought you were. I don't think anybody thought you were.
I have taken vows of chastity. I chose to do this.
And then a man that you're gonna definitely be hearing a lot about. I want to bet right now, and we can see if I'm right. We're still gonna be talking about this guy in fucking February, George Santos. Assuming he even gets sworn in on January 6th.
He is a sweet baby boy, and you will not take him away from me.
Dude.
He's my favorite Republican ever.
My God, yeah, he's mine now for reasons
legit. I think he's the most American man ever. We will get into this, but to go back to your overarching point, the America / the Earth writers for the end season finale of 2022 gave me the fucking goods.
Oh, they really did.
I'm so happy with this year's season finale. Like, it's great.
This year's season finale, dude. It truly is. It's like I was talking to my wife earlier. She's like, it's like the universe said, like, hold on, I gotta tell some jokes. I'm back. I'm on stage. I'm gonna do a tight five. Here we go. George Santos, Andrew Tate, Donald Trump NFTs. Good night, everybody. And like, oh my fucking god. So
and a happy new
how about we go in
year.
order and start with the NFTs. Donnie, our good friend Donnie, he released a series of NFTs of which he charged $99 for. There was only a set amount released because that's kind of how NFTs have to work, despite that they're fake capital and not real and fucking dumb. But that's our personal, legitimate, and I'm gonna say true, factual opinions aside.
Yeah.
But
well, as I always reiterate, audience, my opinions are right.
My opinions are right.
Correct. And the
correct opinions.
Yes. So,
but this, I mean, man, he released all of these, sold them for $99. They ran out. They are, the best part was though is that they are pictures that they sourced from Shutterstock or something like that, and they did the thing where you can like remove the watermark, which is illegal, kind of. It's a gray area, but it's not great, and Shutterstock can sue the fucking shit out of them.
Listen, as a dungeon master, as your dungeon master in a D&D game we play, Tim and I play D&D because we're cool.
Yeah, you should too. It's rad.
The thing that I do as, visual aids for y'all, where I pull up, stock photos and like Pinterest
monsters, things like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like the fact that it takes me more time to Photoshop out watermarks than it did for whoever made these Trump NFTs is astounding to me. That I put more artistic integrity into our made-up game of orcs and wizards than whoever made these NFTs. Dude. Because I dedicate about 10 hours a week to y'all's D&D game, and that is more effort than whoever the artist did per like image.
Amen.
In these NFTs.
These images, if you haven't seen them, include Trump as a superhero, as a cowboy. They're all the same face too, so they just use his one face, his stern-looking face. There's a second superhero.
All his same face?
They appear. The cowboy and the superhero appear to be the same glare. The one with let's see, this one I'm looking at is the second superhero with the laser beam eyes, which is
I got
amazing.
that one in front of me. Yeah.
Another one that looks like a Texas Ranger, a duck hunter or something. I don't know.
Is that the one where he's like in the Trump? Like Trump says on his front, and then
Kevlar,
and he has the black cowboy hat.
Yep, that's it.
Dude.
There's so many. And one was a spaceman, and he said that these were NFTs representing all his time in office. I'm like, when did you go to the moon, and how did I miss that? That sounds hilarious. But no, obviously he didn't. But he grifted all these people and stole their goddamn money, and then funneled it away to his goddamn campaign.
Shocking. The NFTs Donald Trump ran a grift.
Will not gain money. The whole point of an NFT, and quick spiel, I'm not promoting them, but they're like stocks. They have to the more people buy into them, they accrue money. These aren't going to do that because the only people that bought them were his fanboys, and that's they're outright have no money. You already lost money by spending $99. You were better off buying the smoking bored monkey guy.
Yeah.
Which is flat out donezo.
I mean, like, I think that, like, first off, anyone who is surprised by Biff Tannen / Lord Koopa / every villain in the 80s that was at a snow resort, that was set at a ski resort.
You gotta save the town, save the rec center.
I'm gonna
break into
build
electric
a huge
boogaloo
casino right over your community center.
Oh my god!
Take this, Stardew Valley. Jojo Coco is the way to go. I think that anybody surprised that Donald Trump is running a grift has been under a rock. Like, even I think other than the people that are like red hat MAGA chud hogs that like believe this shit, like truly believe it. like if all the people in media and like Republican Party officials, like they know he's a fucking scam artist. He's always been a scam artist.
Yeah, and that's what
Like,
they do. Like they do this kind of stuff when they get out of us, even if it's just a book of giving their own take on things.
Republicans love grifting.
Yeah, they love doing it. Democrats too, and they all write their own books, but Republicans
Democrats, yeah, well, not even more. Democrats have, like, you know, Nancy Pelosi sends you like 3 emails a day going like, my husband's going to be assassinated if you don't send me $5. and you know, that's their grift, the Democrats.
Yeah.
And they write an occasional book like, you won't believe what officials said to me when Donald Trump was president. But the right like grifts, like I told you about this and a couple of our other friends, but I regularly get conservative YouTube ads because I watch a bunch of conservative chats saying stupid shit. And there was one that was like, stop, don't skip this ad. And it's like this zoom in macro shot of this like bright gold pocket watch with an eagle on the front of it. And it's like rotating like it's on the shopping network with an American flag background, like waving. And it's just like, this watch is making liberals so mad. And like, I stopped. I was just about to click ahead. And I was like, wait, what?
Liberals hate this watch.
Liberals hate this one watch. And it was so great because I know that there are people who bought that watch thinking I'm going to piss off my grandkid with blue hair.
What did it look like? I know you haven't been able to find it since, but like you told me about this, and like, what was it? Just a pocket watch with like an eagle on it or something?
Yeah, and I think it opened up. It may have had a picture of Donald Trump with like hearts all over it. I don't know what it had, but like you pop it open and it's a fucking watch. It's a watch. No. It's a cheaply made gold-plated watch that they were selling for like $49.99. I could be wrong about that. It could be more.
It's usually the case, or a lot more, like 5 payments of $49.99.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll make the liberals mad by buying this watch. And that's such a grift, right? Because the whole concept there is like life. I mean, Black Rifle Coffee is the same thing, even though they try to walk away from the fact that multiple mass shooters have been wearing Black Rifle Coffee on them. Like it's the whole, like, you know how in the 2010s and 15s you'd hear from homophobes all the time, like, I'm fine with gay people, I just don't want you to shove your lifestyle in my face. Like, conservatives are the people who have like 30 bumper stickers in the back of their car that are misspelled and like have 2 American flags out the side of their windows and dress in like American flag apparel, even though that's against US flag code, and like come out with a Trump branded anime shirt, and they go like, don't shove your lifestyle down my throat. And you're like, motherfucker.
Dude, you're like, you wear this as a personality, dude. And don't get me started on the fucking wearing the flag. I'm like, and how are you not all in jail? No one cares about that law.
When you're in a cult, like, you buy the Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of conservatism is based around being in a cult, whether that's the religious or the political side of it.
It's the brainwashing.
And it's easy to grift, as opposed to Democrats are harder to grift because like they won't fall for this'll piss the conservatives off.
Yeah, because we're halfway intelligent on that side of the dumbass line that we have to have. Like, we take 2 seconds to go, that doesn't seem right.
Well, and then leftists are going to look at you and go like, why didn't you hit skip ad?
Yeah.
On anything.
Fair enough.
That's trying to sell you.
I mean,
so
God, yeah. This one, liberals hate.
You should download ad blocker is what the leftists say.
Yeah. Just download ad blocker plus. It's free. And it's great. And it works like a charm, has for 20 years, it seems. But I have a beer. It's the same thing. It's like some hyper patriotic beer. It says "We the People" on it. And I'm like, I bought it just so I'm going to use it as a prop in America the Podcast. But just like it's just like, wow, you guys really just keep wearing this as your personality, like, and worshiping these people who lie to you on a daily basis. Like, I mean, there's politicians I like, I mean, you and I both like Bernie Sanders, people like that, but like, fuck, I don't worship the ground they walk on. Like, you have, it truly is like,
we're
clearly
not in a
cult. Yeah. And well, it's just like when people say, oh yeah, they're in a cult, and like, well, you could easily shove it off of like, no, they're just that. I'm like, no, I mean, you see the bumper stickers like Jesus Christ supports Donald Trump, and like, because you spelled it wrong. Like, who is Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ, maybe he's I don't know.
He was a guy who he lived about halfway across Jerusalem, and he regularly got packages for Jesus and had to walk him over. Yeah,
that'll do it.
So now, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like the conservative grift is very easy to do.
It's so easy.
Democrats definitely grift as well. Don't get me wrong. I mean, America is the grift nation. That's why I think at least one out of the three of the people we're going to talk about today, I actually really enjoy because they're a true American and they're con artists.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is true. I mean, but that's something I always
believe
liked
it or
about
not,
Donald
not the
Trump, to be
truest
honest.
con artist.
Like there's not, there's a, don't get me wrong. If you dig up past podcast episodes of me from 2015 onward on the multiple podcasts I've been on, you can tell that I think Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and a horrible human being in every way. But one of the things that I do find charming about the man is that he has no shame in the grift.
No, not a bit.
I will say though, and I want you to cut this in if we can do that.
Sure.
At one point when he's talking about releasing the NFTs, when he's doing his announcement, he goes, if you buy enough, you can have like dinner with me. Not sure how much of a prize that really is, but you can do it. Like it's the most humbling thing I've ever seen Trump say, because he's like,
oh yeah, sure. It's not that great of a thing. Whatever. Oh Lord, that was so
I guess
funny.
that's a prize. I guess some people want that. And I'm just like, that was real humanism for one of the few times I've seen it from Trump. Like he's like, look, I don't know who wants to actually fucking hang out with me. But I guess if you do, you fucking stupid yokels, yeah, you can come have dinner with me for 15 minutes. You know,
oh my God, I'm not going to talk to you at all. Yeah. I'm going to be here in this room. You're going to be in a different room eating a well-done steak with ketchup.
come out and shake your hand and be like,
oh my God,
you're the backbone of this country. What you do is so important.
And believe it or not, somehow not the biggest con artist of the year, despite being what I thought probably the best con artist outside of Ponzi.
You did buy me one of these right, for Christmas.
The NFT. Yeah, I bought you two. I got you the cowboy and the Power Ranger. I
love you so much.
Dude,
those are the
Saban is
going to
sue the shit out of him for the Power Ranger one. But
wait, what's weird is that he picked the pink Power Ranger. I think that there's something he's wanting to explore there.
Yeah, Kimberly's a good choice. She was always my favorite.
You just brought up a deep core memory to Andrew when you
Amy
said
Jo
the name
Johnson.
Kimberly.
Love you.
That's a first crush right there. That's
amen. She's still rad.
Hey man, I love a woman who can just straight up fucking kill me.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing in a woman.
I love that's the clip right there.
My favorite thing in a woman.
But the guy who we're getting at, who is the best con artist we've ever seen, and I'm going to run down, and I'm doing this not reading a single thing. I'm going to do this based off of my memory of what has happened this week. And this is this week. My wife and I keep waking up going, she goes, give me more news on this guy. Okay. And this is not in any particular order because I can't remember what order these are all found out in. He is wanted
canon
for check fraud in Brazil. He is, he said that his, now I'll give him this one. He hinted that his mom died on 9/11. But she died in 2015. She was in the tower and did escape. Apparently, I don't know if that's true or not. We're going to maybe find out that it's not. But so maybe she died of complications. I'll give him that one. He also lied about going to college, never graduated college. He lied about working for Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, two of the largest companies in the world. He did not work for them at all. And what's the last one? Oh, he said that his family escaped Ukraine during the Holocaust and that he was Jewish. And then they found out that's not necessarily true. And he didn't say, I didn't say I was Jewish. I said I'm Jewish, Jew hyphen ISH, as in kind of Jewish. And I believe that is all of them. I might be missing one. The man is named Republican Congressman-elect George Santos of New York's 3rd District, who is now being investigated by the Republican woman district attorney of New York's 3rd District, or just the district attorney from his area in general, and is now being fully investigated. And there we go. That's did I surprise you with any one of them? It looked like you reacted to the 9/11 thing. Maybe
I didn't know about the 9/11 thing. I mean, like, it doesn't surprise me. That sounds like something a lot of politicians would do.
I'm going to get to the not surprising
part.
Extrapolate,
not extrapolate. But but yeah, that surprised me. The check fraud in Brazil, I think that's unfair. Who isn't wanted for that? I'm wanted for at least check fraud in at least 6 different states. like national states, and
Mhm.
none of the United States. I've never done anything illegal in these United
Sure,
States. Of course.
nothing ever.
Uh, yeah, his mother's death. This is what the Gothamist has. He lied about his religion, his education, his work experience, his real estate portfolio, and his mother's
Oh,
death. So the only one you didn't
holy
get is the
moly.
real estate portfolio.
And I did actually missed another one. He said he was broke, and then
He took money.
Yeah, $700,000 randomly came to him, and then to his campaign from who
his
the fuck
company.
knows where- from his company.
His company.
Oh, okay,
which is great.
okay.
I wish I owned a company that could just give me $700K.
Yeah.
Normally that's embezzling, I think.
It is
But,
what
you
that
know.
is literally called. Yeah. He did something else too, where he was what was it? Something along the lines of he paid it's an embezzling thing. His campaign owned a house for his campaign workers, and then a lot of money, like $10,000, $15,000 went to a cleaning 123 or something like that. The laziest shellcore I've ever heard in my life, assuming that's what that is.
Well,
But,
that's
yeah.
gonna be one of our shell corporations now. That's gonna
Cleaning
be a
123.
subsidiary of
Yeah,
Shui.
exactly.
Yeah.
Might
Cleaning
as well
123.
Let's just go company one.
Jesse, that's how we're gonna hide the meth money.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Also, we should-
that's what this sounds like to me. Like,
We
what
should
is
definitely
this
do a
guy?
Breaking Bad spoof with me being Walter and you being in a bald cap.
Sure.
and you being Jesse.
I'm fine with
I think
that.
you could pull off a great pink. You could pull off a great Pinkman.
I will take that as an absolute compliment. I love Aaron Paul, and I got to see him recently.
Magnets, bitch.
But yeah, so like my thing with Santos, like aside from the funniest, not funny, it's just more of like, what the fuck of all this whole week. Like they found out that he lied last week, and then all of it came out this week. He addressed some of it. They found more of it. How one, it doesn't surprise me that he lied. To Molly Jong Fast's point, like, I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene was harping on about the Rothschilds and a space laser for forever, lying blatantly. So it's not beneath them, but it's just like,
Yeah, but lying about shit that's so easily provably wrong.
yeah, so easily
like,
provably wrong. Like, and that's what I was talking with my wife earlier, is like, she's like, it's a different kind of lie that he told. She told a fabrication of a conspiracy and can say an outlandish thing. This is like, you lied about like a resume lie, like straight up, and to the point where like you completely misled the public on very specific things, not a unproven conspiracy or anything like that, which is already not true. There's no Jewish space laser, but he just straight up just lied. And how, to the second point, is how did the fucking DNC miss this? How did no one do Oppo research? I'm assuming the Republicans did and just didn't care. But how the DNC were fighting for this district. This was a competitive district. How the fuck did they miss a basic background check? I can run a background check on you right now if I pay for it. That's it. All I have to do is run a criminal background check on a website. Easily done.
Not me.
No,
not me.
I think a private citizen you can, can't you?
No, I asked them to get rid of all that.
Oh, yes. Fair enough. Yeah, he did.
I paid him like $10K to get rid of all that.
You may need to pay him more than that. That is nose blowing money to that millionaire bastard.
He owes me. It was more like a formality. You know, like when you make a dollar bet.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's about how he views $10,000. Thebadiah Stard, host of the America the Podcast, billionaire, uses money unwisely.
Our backer, the guy who funds everything we do.
Backer of this show. But but how did they miss this? I mean, you've worked for the Democrats, like
By proxy,
but like you have been in this as long as I have. How did no one was it just they dropped the ball? Like, I don't know. I know you don't literally know the answer. Just like, what the fuck? Is really just like mind blown that they missed this. I don't know.
I do know the answer because I am all knowing. No, I think that the Democrats are bad at politics.
Yeah. Is that? I mean, is that really the? the answer. Like, I don't want that to be the, like, I know they're just bad at winning races. And I had full on video for America, the podcast prepared about, how Democrats are bad at losing. And then they didn't lose that bad. Like, so I didn't put it out because it was just like, I expected the Republicans to take 40 seats in Congress. We were going to lose all of it. And we didn't. But
the Democrats did not win the last election. The Republicans lost the last election.
There you go. Yeah,
I think that Roe v. Wade being overturned was a huge part of that.
Yeah.
And I think that the fact that Donald Trump still is the visage, the figurehead of the political party is a huge part of that. I think that a lot of people are activated politically that are younger because of COVID and income inequality and student debt. I think student debt relief was a big part of that. I think good policy from Biden was a big part of that. I mean, like, I think that Democrats are playing a game by rules that were set 60 years ago that no longer apply in every race that they do, right? They're always trying to, when they go low, you go high.
Yeah.
And I think that that's bullshit because the fact is going low wins races sometimes, and calling people out for horrible things that they did wins races.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I think that the Democrats may have thought that the seat was safe, and so they didn't invest in it. They didn't put a lot of time into it. I think that Andrew Cuomo worked with Republicans and made a compromise to redistrict all of New York and made it where Republicans gained multiple seats in the House because of what Andrew Cuomo did in his deal, because, he was such a good governor. Yeah. And I think that a lot of things probably came together. I don't know how many organizers, I don't know who even the opponent to Santos was, because before all this came out, I wasn't invested in this race. It was just another House race. But like, I don't know who his opponent was. I don't know if they were a strong candidate. I don't know if they were a particularly weak candidate. I don't know if they didn't hire enough organizers or they didn't knock enough doors or make enough phone calls. I don't know if that district had some local politics thing where a plant shut down, and they blamed it on the incumbent Democrat. I don't even know if there was incumbent Democrat or Republican.
So I think he might have been an incumbent. I remember seeing, he may not have been, but his name was Robert Zimmerman. Dude, Santos beat him 53.8 to 46.2. Like, that's a fucking lot. As I guess for Long Island, like, I mean, maybe they're more
Long
Republican.
Island's traditionally Republican,
sure. But a gay Republican at that, like,
they're New York Republicans.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, still, it's so, man, that's a big ass district. But I like, he's being investigated now, and I don't think he's even going to end up taking his seat. If he does, it'll be a very short time, which is because I haven't heard any Republicans trying to defend this guy at all. Not a single one.
But
did Kevin McCarthy say something?
Him. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they haven't like condoned or condoned or condemned him. Like, they absolutely will keep the seat. It's a seat if he doesn't get arrested.
Well, no, that's the thing. I mean, he's done so much. I think he will end up not being able to do it. Like, if you're indicted, maybe I think you can be, I don't know. But the thing is, what I don't get here is, if say the Republicans knew and maybe they didn't think it was going to come out, did they really want to risk having a special election? Like, I mean, if he gets arrested, the Democrats are going to win. They just will. They're like, another Republican's just going to lie again. It'll be close, but I guarantee you a Democrat will win that.
I know that we disagree on this, but like I said with Donald Trump in the primary, I think he could win if he was in jail. I think he could win a Republican primary from prison.
Man, winning from prison for him. I can see that a world in which that is true. Yes. I don't think it will, and I disagree, but I definitely see there is more universes than not where that has happened. Yes, 100%. In the grand scheme of the multiverse, there's
infinite of every decision.
Yeah,
sure.
like they're half and half, but definitely somehow 60% of them still lean. Like, there's no way that he's not.
It's like there's always a Scarlet Witch and a Wolverine. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love George Santos because, like, don't get me wrong,
it's a clown.
I think all of you should lie on your resume all the time, no matter who you are.
Embellish. But damn, like lying about working for
but
Citigroup,
you can't lie.
going to
you can't-
college, and
Well, you can't lie about being when you're running for Congress or Senate or any public office, because there are going to be journalists that pour over your history. Like, don't lie about anything if you're going to
Amen.
represent all of us. How about that?
yeah,
I'm fine with you. I'm fine with you as a personal citizen, embellishing your resume, you know, giving your favorite boss at that place the number for the reference. I get it. But like, to just completely make up these falsehoods is so bold and so brazen that I kind of like him for it.
Yeah.
He should not be in power,
No.
but I'm impressed by
That he
how
did
fucking
this,
much
yeah,
of a liar
like,
he is.
it's just like, I mean, what was he? I would love to, like, once this is all done, I really hope there's just some like, what were you thinking interview? And is like, I think it's just going to be, I fucked up and I wanted to be a congressman. Like, maybe, or did somebody pressure him into lying? I don't like, I know this is all speculation bullshit,
no.
but it's just like, how
He just
could you
lied.
think, but this was a good idea that you wouldn't get caught. Like, it's just, I mean, fuck, they found, like, with doing barely any research, found out about Stormy Daniels for Donald Trump. Like, little things here and there, politicians across the board, people have been taken down for less. Local politicians get taken down, which is like, I feel harder to do because it's, well, maybe not harder because it's close-knit communities, but like, I feel like I just don't know who dropped the ball here. I cannot, like, just such an under the radar guy. Like, and maybe that's truly just what it was. Like, wow, no one was paying attention to New York's third, and no one said, hey, maybe we should like look at this guy. Like, wait, he didn't go to college? Wait, what? Like, he didn't go to college. And I'm not saying you have to go to college, everybody. Like, you know, it's overrated. But like, man, if you say you did, and I feel like you should have some sort of like higher education to be a congressman. Maybe, I don't know. It's I might be wrong.
I assume that Oppo research at the level of congressional races is done by whoever the team hires, right?
Right.
So like, if it's a Senate or it's a presidential campaign, I'm sure there's giant. I'm not sure. I know there's giant like companies and corporations that woo those people to be like, we'll be your Oppo research,
Sure.
right? But for Congress people, that's probably something they have to go looking for. Whether they hired someone bad at that, or they hired
an
they
intern,
didn't hire anybody at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like I don't know, but to not find these glaring lies as somebody campaigning against them is a testament to what I think, that Democrats don't take this seriously. That this is a parlay brunch game for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it's life and death for those of us who have to vote for them. So
yeah, like they seem to, that's what's my biggest problem with the Democrats has been these past few years, why like I don't consider myself a Democrat. Like I'm a Democrat in the sense of I believe in democracy, but like they just as a party have just pissed me off so, and you too for that matter, and jaded so much of the world or of the country that people just don't vote because they're like, what's the point? Like zillennials and millennials like don't fucking vote because they're like, yeah, well the Democrats just such a there's another Hillary Clinton.
The youth turnout in 2020 was the biggest in history.
Yes, it was.
The youth turnout in 2022 was the second biggest midterm in history, behind
for survival of a species, though. Like versus like people actually liking is a hold nose vote. I voted for Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton because I didn't.
But I think you're counteracting your own point in the argument you're making, right? Because I think that yes, young people are voting at a record number, but I think that there is a huge portion of people that never vote, no matter their age, because they don't believe things are going to change through their ballot.
Yeah.
And the only way to get those people to vote is to win, and then prove that by winning, you're actually going to systematically change things. You have to pass a new deal, right? Like there's a reason FDR got elected 4 times.
My God, yeah.
I think that if you convinced people that you're going to change things by doing it, by following through on that, they are way more likely to vote for you again. And you're way more likely to pick up new people, which is why I think Bernie almost won both those primaries, even though he was kind of out of nowhere in 2016.
Yeah.
And in 2020, he had the entire establishment. He had 8 people running against him in that primary.
And the only reason he lost is because they all dropped out at the same time. Yeah. Like it was, a hit job.
Yeah. It was a coordinated effect. Yeah.
Which, if you're playing the game,
and you can
that's
blame
a good
Barack
move.
Obama for that. You know,
I do.
And Elizabeth Warren. And like it was a coordinated hit job.
God, why wasn't it Warren and Bernie? It's God, it still kills me to this day. Whatever, that's not a different show, but like it's just like God damn it.
I think the Democratic Party is about maintaining the status quo, even
Yep.
if the vast
Yeah,
majority of the
absolutely.
Democratic base is about changing that status quo. And I think until they recognize that their base is right, that fundamental, huge legislative policies have to be passed that fundamentally change what it means to be an American and live in the
Mhm.
society. Until that happens, they are only getting votes because the alternative is so bad. Fascism
Right.
is
Yeah.
bad.
It's I get this guy he doesn't say gay people are demons and that abortion's cool and that's it. Or fascist.
Yeah.
That's it. But he's also the guy on the left is also a billionaire, or
Yeah,
being
worked for
funded by a
Citigroup.
billionaire, worked for Citigroup. Yeah,
Yeah.
some fucking corporate dickhead, and then
Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody, Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
And
not George
they-
Santos though. He did not work there. Any of those. He lied about it.
I have a bonus too. We got to move on.
Let's
because
go.
I got a bonus too.
Fine.
We got Andy, and then we got. I want to talk about Kristen too.
Okay. Oh Lord. Yeah. So Andrew Tate. You know what? Why don't you explain to people who don't know who this man is? Because I would like a little bit more info myself, other than the fact that he's King Incel or something like that. But go.
I don't think he would call himself that, but I mean, he is a British American manosphere influencer. So he caters to young men, ages probably 10 to 25. The Joe Rogan audience, the Fresh and Fit podcast audience. I should stop saying names because I don't need a platform. He is of this culture that is very incel dominated, as we call it, those of us who are stuck on the internet too much, women are second class citizens. Misogyny is the way to go. Might makes right. Men are superior. The Western world is superior. I mean, it's this classic right-wing chauvinist trope, right? Yeah. And he's the latest model of that.
Right.
He got really popular on TikTok and Instagram, giving really misogynist takes, on his podcast being clipped. And eventually he wound up debating Hassan Piker, and Hassan fucking threw him into the ground and made him look like an idiot.
Did he think he looked like an idiot though at the end of it? Probably not. I assume he didn't.
I think genuinely you could tell that he was upset because he was getting debate nerded hard.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he knew he was losing that debate. And he kicked Hassan off the podcast. He was I'm done with this. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of this event. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember this now. I mean, wow. Okay.
He's essentially this manosphere, misogynistic leader, influencer that a lot of young men really like. And he talks about how wealthy he is and how the grind is important and how capitalism works and how climate change is real and how women are second class citizens. And, he's racist and openly, he's gross. He's a gross man on the internet. Yeah. And he makes his money doing that. Now he also apparently made money running casinos in the place that he what country is
Romania
it?
right now. Well,
it is Romania,
where
right?
he was
That's what I thought.
we'll get there.
It's Romania. Sorry, I knew that. He went to Romania to avoid, some laws according to that have to do with small laws that, he went to Romania in order to avoid small laws, as he put it, and make it where his wealth and status, had more influence in the local police.
Right.
I wonder why you would want any of that. And then his house was raided a few months ago for suspicion of sex trafficking. And we didn't really hear anything from that. Ethan Klein
already
of the
been
H3OH
raided?
podcast.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Called him a sex trafficker, and Andrew Tate threatened to sue him for libel. But as of 2 days ago now,
2 days on January 27th, 28th, I believe, or sorry, December 28th or 29th, I think is when it happened officially.
He was arrested in his house again when it was raided by the Romanian counter-terrorist squad. The Romanian federal police essentially for sex trafficking.
Oh my god,
for sex trafficking.
Amazing.
And it turns out he had a Romanian girl and an American girl They're against their will, according to them. The American girl had called her ex-boyfriend in America, said she was being held there against her will, and her ex-boyfriend called the embassy in Romania, the United States embassy, and apparently they worked to pressure the Romanian government to raid the place. And Andrew Tate they couldn't raid the place till they knew he was there, and he travels so much that they didn't ever know he was there. And they found out he was there because he got in a fight on the internet with Greta Thunberg, the climate activist from 4 years ago that we all
19 years old,
being 16 years old, 15
picked a
years,
fight
yeah.
with a teenager.
But a teenage woman he, as a 40-year-old man, decided to pick a fight with.
Bragging about his Bugattis or something like that? Or all the cars
bragging
he has?
about how many, he said he had 33 cars, and it turns out he had 11, according to the police report.
Amazing.
So he only multiplied it by 3. And then he had horrible discourse with other right-wing male chauvinists on Twitter about essaying her. I don't even want to say the word.
Gross. Gross.
Yeah. But I mean, like, essentially he tweeted her without any prior interaction from her.
Sure.
Saying, I have all these cars. Do you want to know their emissions? Where should I send the info? As a joke, like, fuck you for believing in climate change, I guess. Yeah. Like believing in what more scientists believe is existing than doctors believe smoking causes cancer, statistically speaking.
Dude.
But yeah, and he tweeted that, and she came back with, yes, I'm very interested. Send me the info at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And so he had to release a clapback video of that's like 5 minutes long to a 19-year-old just owning him. Because she had like 1.2 million likes or something like that, and he had like 140,000. It was just a huge ratio that she just slapped him down with on that comment.
I love her so much.
He decided he had to release a 5-minute video, and it had a pizza box in it. And the pizza box is from
Pizza.
Is a small local Romanian pizza joint, and the police were able to prove that he was home because of that, and they raided his house and arrested him for sex trafficking and found the American and the Romanian girl inside, not allowed to leave. So, and this is something he's bragged about. Like, he's bragged about working with the Romanian mafia, and he's bragged about having looser laws on what rape is and like what sexual assault is there, and like he's an open piece of shit, right? Like, we talk about a lot of pieces of shit on this show,
and we allow him to be on territory. God damn.
Well, he was banned from Twitter, and he's still banned from Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. But I mean, Twitter invited him back because Elon said, we should invite this man back. Because genius, what a genius that man is. Only I could, besides Elon, could pay $44 billion for a $10 billion company and then run it into the ground.
Oh boy. Yeah.
That being said, Andrew Tate is a piece of shit, and he got what's fucking coming to him, and he is gross, misogynist, authoritarian pig that deserves worse than what he gets.
Absolutely. The greatest thing too is Greta, when her response to the entire ordeal was, "This is why you recycle your pizza boxes."
Oh man! I mean, I love the memes I love the Olena Tyrell memes.
Oh yeah, I want him to know it was me. Oh god,
let Andrew Tate know it was me.
Dude, the memes were like, I had such a fun night, like reading about this, and it's just like, but also figuring out, like, oh my god, this is a person. Like, I try not to have any of that shit in my zeitgeist. I just don't even want to give it time. Like when you inform me who Nick Fuentes, well, no, I guess the news informed me who Nick Fuentes was. Then you showed me the
Nazis, cat boy Nazis.
Yeah, like the clip you heard in our first episode about having sex is gay.
What's gay?
And stuff.
Having sex with women.
Yeah, like I just whatever. But like,
they're all fucking clowns, dude. They're all fucking clowns.
And what scares me though is that people, like, I mean, they're into it, and then there's a subculture of people like down to like watch these guys and like promote their ideas. Like I posted one of the memes on the America the Podcast Instagram, and a guy came at me and was like, he goes, "Andrew's out of jail now, cry about it," and which he's not. It was a rumor that he got out. He didn't get out. And then I go, well, the authorities aren't done with him or something like that. And he goes, "Yeah, well, what color's your Bugatti?" I'm like, green. Like, like that's like, you're not going to get him where answer. Like, you just changed it from like, well, what color's your Bugatti?
Wealth and success equals morality or justification.
Yeah, exactly.
Inherently American and Western and capitalist ideal, which is a lie.
Yeah,
like there are plenty of horrible wealthy people. In fact, I'd say there's probably more horrible traits in wealthy people on average than there is any poor person, pretty much. But that being said, I mean, like, clowns follow a circus. You know what I mean? I think that it is fundamental to right wing ideology that you get these people to get in a fight in a culture war and
Mhm.
say you are better because of your skin color, your religion,
Yeah.
your race, your creed, your nationality. Like, and saying you're better because you're a man is how he gets a lot of young men that had their first heartbreak and didn't get the cheerleader, and they want a reason why that's not their fault. And the reason is because women are sluts and whores and they don't care about you. And like the only way to really get the beautiful women is to be a rich billionaire Bugatti having guy. And that's attractive to a
Yeah.
lot of young, stupid men. And it's unfortunate. I think we definitely need more positive, untoxic masculine figures in media. Like,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I that are sensitive and open to empathy and realize emotion is good and communication is the only way to get anything done. But the fact is there's the opposite to that, and Andrew
Mhm.
Tate is the opposite to that.
Yeah.
I
And he's
I
going to
think that
jail.
it is, yeah, and I think here's the deal. I think he will probably be let off with a fine. Like, it's
And
a
yeah,
corrupt
because of
system.
Romania, yeah. I mean,
It's a corrupt system,
yeah.
and this isn't the last we've probably seen of Tate.
No.
But anything, I am what we like to call a bully's bully, and I've always
Sure.
been that way. I like when bad things happen to bad people.
Amen.
That's kind of a controversial take on liberal side of things, the center left. I'm going to open a bottle of champagne the day that Henry Kissinger and Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump die.
Yeah.
I am going to go buy a bottle of champagne on all three of those days. And I am going to call you and a bunch of other people and be like,
Drink, baby. It's time to do it. Let's go piss on their graves.
Yeah. I think when bad things happen to bad people, it's perfectly fine. I don't think the state should be doing bad things to bad people. I'm
No.
anti-death penalty. I'm anti-prison for a long-term solution unless you're completely unrehabilitatable. But I am good when karma comes around
Absolutely.
and smacks you in the face for the horrible shit you did when you're a bad person consistently. I think that's funny and good and makes me feel good.
Yeah. Real quick, before we move on from him into the last bonus douchebag, does he believe in the Matrix? That it's real?
No,
he
it's
said
like
something along the lines. They
like a
sent
concept
agents
of
to
like,
the Matrix
you're
sent agents to
asleep.
my house.
Yeah, you're asleep, right? You're not awoke.
Oh, okay.
He does
not literally believe the Matrix is real, because the incel that came at me on Instagram also had some Matrix shit in his profile too.
You're like an NPC, right? Like anybody who doesn't agree with them is like an NPC
not
that's
literally.
not woke. Yeah,
He does not
I don't think
literally believe that the trans allegory that is the Matrix. Idiot. Good job missing that.
The Wachowski sisters, yeah.
But okay, cool. Just as long as like, so if he believes in the Matrix, he might actually just be
I mean, I don't think Andrew
crazy.
Tate's as stupid as his followers, first off. I think he's playing a bit.
Right. Okay.
I just like Alex Jones, I think, is playing a bit. Tucker Carlson's playing a bit. Like,
they are.
They all believe maybe 60 to 70% of what they're saying, maybe more, but they don't actually believe the crazy shit. And I don't mean the evil shit. I mean the shit that's like Andrew Tate knows that there are women that could kick his ass, like even as a UFC fighter. Like he knows
he was a UFC fighter.
Yeah. That's where he got his fame. Yeah. But I mean, like there are Chinese, American, Russian, and Israeli, and British and French women in the military that if you gave Andrew the same gun as them and put them on a course, they would fucking kill him in 30 seconds. I like the idea of like men are better because it comes down to physicality is ridiculous in a modern world, because
that's a thing.
We're in a modern world. Yeah. Oh no, he believes that might is right, and that like one day everything's backed by violence. That's what he says. Is one day, if the power goes out, if society falls, you're gonna have to listen to men, and that's what makes men better. And it's like, well, first off, I don't want any of those things to happen. So I want to live in a society where the power doesn't go out and we keep going as humans and advancing.
Yeah.
Second off, I'm not sure guns are going to go away in the Fallout scenario that you're prescribing.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that a 95-pound girl can shoot a 400-pound guy in the head that's 6'9". Yeah. Pretty easy. So fuck off, Andrew Tate. You deserve what you get, and you're a piece of shit. At least Trump and Santos are fucking funny.
Yeah, at least they're funny. So last douchebag before we end is
we got to be an equal opportunist.
Yeah, equal opportunist. I assume you said Kristen earlier. You meant Kristen Cinema.
I did.
Okay.
Well, there's a couple Kristens in my life. No, just Kristen Cinema.
She is, man.
Yeah.
What a
She's an independent
douchebag.
now.
Oh my God.
She will wind up losing that race when she runs as an independent and hand it to a Republican.
Oh my God.
The Democrats polling 1 point below the Republican in a three-way race right now.
Damn it. Of course.
So I mean, that's what's going to happen. She's a corporate shill. She's a bad person who used to act like she was on the far left until she got elected, and then she became more centrist than Joe Manchin, which means right wing.
Mhm.
And I will be glad when she loses, no matter what the outcome of that
Sure.
race is. And I will be hopeful that the day she loses and she sells out to some big pharma corp, she's hit by a pharma bus.
Yeah. I remember when
with
she
a big pharma advertisement on the side of it.
Yeah. I remember when she got elected, like she rode the fact that she was a bisexual woman. Like look at me. It's like
She was at Occupy rallies, dude.
Oh, she was? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
she
know
was
that.
like a far leftist in quotation marks until she ran for office.
At Occupy rallies, and she's this much of a corporate shill now. That blows my fucking mind.
It's almost like people who want power seek power for power alone.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she like used the fact that, oh yeah, people love me because I'm bisexual. I'm like, I mean, that doesn't carry any weight anymore. Fun fact, like I don't, other than you're a right-wing fascist, no one cares. And clearly because she's just a dumb idiot. That's my take. She's a dumb idiot. Like that.
She's a big old dumb head, and I don't like her any.
Dumb fascist who wore, her Ugg boots and
I
did
think
a
she's
big
more
dramatic
corporatist.
thumbs down on what was it for healthcare for kids or some
I don't
normal
remember.
thing?
I
Like,
think that she's not a fascist. She's a corporatist, right? Like she's an empty
sure,
suit.
yeah,
Like say what you will about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's an ideology. Like
yeah,
to
she
quote
doesn't
Walter
have one.
from the
Yeah,
Dude,
no, yeah,
she
fair
has
enough.
no
Like,
ideology. She will do whatever lines her pockets with corporate interest
Mhm.
money for the rest of her life, and that's all she's ever been out to is to become part of the 1%. And she's going to do that through being a senator for 4 years of her life.
wow,
So,
yeah, dude.
6
Just
years
enough
ago,
to get up
excuse me.
there and what a way to go. And dude, is that what George Santos was doing? Like that's kind of what it seems like to me. Like he could easily go
George
over
Santos
to the
wants
left.
the love, man. I don't know. George Santos. Well, maybe I wouldn't, put it past him. But I think that George Santos is a classic politician in the fact that he wants the limelight and he was willing to say and do anything to get it.
Yeah.
Like Donald. I mean, like they both are truly narcissists.
Yeah.
To lie like that and not feel like shame or worry that you're going to get caught
Mhm.
is a mental disorder.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
but-
I mean that's maybe that's just straight up what it was for Santos is he's just a narcissist and that there was no other explanation. It's
cinema
the DNC
is
dropped
just
the
a
ball.
greedy corporate.
Yeah.
shit.
And Trump is, we knew what he was.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
He's his own fucking man.
Yeah. Like they're and his kids are gonna like like it hurts to know that he'll die soon, maybe the next 5 to 10 years, but man, we still got 3 of his kids. Like Barron too, but I have hope for Barron. Not Tiffany.
None of them have the charisma
6
of
kids.
Donald.
Oh my God, does he have 6 children? He has 6 children.
So Don Jr., Eric,
Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, and then the baby.
Barron.
I don't know what the
There's a
baby's
baby?
name is. Yeah, they had
There's a baby?
Oh wait, sorry, that's Ivanka. I always saw Barron playing with a kid.
he has
that's
5
Ivanka
kids.
and
That's what I
Jared's
thought.
kid. Okay, never mind. He
I mean,
doesn't have a baby.
five non-bastardized children
Sure.
that are not named Jon Snow or something.
Yeah.
I like. I'm sure there's plenty of other
God,
Donald
who
Trump
knows
kids
who's
out
out there?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I mean, I will say all 4 of these grifters, all 4 of these charlatans, all 4 of these right-wing fucking nut jobs who are willing to sacrifice all of us for fucking, a little bit of cash, intergenerational wealth. The thing that they all have in common is that they don't give a shit about you.
No.
Like that
At all.
We need to elect more people who like give a shit about us.
Like-
actually, like
Where did
that's
that
the
go? Was that ever a thing? Like as we
No.
end this, like I don't think any politician has been in it aside from maybe a
I don't
handful
know.
of people.
there's plenty of people that are good people that have done bad things that were politicians.
Sure.
I mean, there's, I think that judging morality is complicated, and there's
Yes,
scales of
there's
gray,
difference, but
and-
yeah.
but there is a difference between someone who genuinely wants to be a public servant and someone who wants to use that office for personal gain, right?
Yeah.
No matter what they believe.
Katie Porter.
And
perfect example of that. She's the one who grills all the CEOs all the time. She's amazing.
Porter's a great congresswoman.
Yeah,
she's amazing. I worked side by side with her campaign.
Oh, did you? Oh, right on. Yeah, she's one of my favorites. I wish she would be president. If we have to keep with presidents, Katie Porter feel like might be the best.
I'm an AOC man. I know everyone's gonna call me crazy, but I think AOC should at least run.
I think
she should
in 24. But yes,
Why?
I do, because I don't think she is technically going to be old enough by that point. I think she's going to turn 35 right before.
No, she turns 35 right before the election, which means she's eligible.
You can campaign while you're 34 then?
You have to be 35 when you're
I just don't think she's so polarizing. Playing
So
the game
Bernie.
of Risk I just don't think it could work.
I totally disagree. I think she'll get votes of people that would never show up otherwise, because she'll run on Medicare for all.
But
she'll run on legalizing weed.
True.
Like, she will run on far left policies
that
will get a lot of people excited.
Yeah.
And she's not an old Jewish man.
No, I believe that you're right, that she would run on that. I just don't think the DNC would let her get there.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that the DNC is going to allow
it. That's like, I just don't think she would win through other gamifying
she'll
things.
even win. I think she should run. And if she does wind up winning, hallelujah. But I think she should run. I think we should always run far left candidates, because we should be pushing, debt relief would have never happened if Bernie Sanders hadn't ran on it in the primary. Joe Biden never would have done it. Any of these environmental bills and actions never would have happened if the left hadn't pushed. We need to push Democrats in every single election to go farther to the left.
Yeah.
Because our society needs to go farther to the left, A, and B, it will win elections.
Yeah.
People are tired of empty suits that are maintaining the status quo. Populism is the way to power.
Yeah. Yep. And despite all these liars, it's probably the best line to end on, because that's the only way we can truly surpass this. Like, vote Democrat, push. It's going to be incremental. It sucks. And I know it sucks. And I know nobody wants to hear that incremental change is the only way to go. But unfortunately.
And vote farther than Democrat in local elections. If somebody has a shot and they're running as a socialist, fucking vote for them.
Vote for them. We did so in Austin. We got fucking Greg Kazar, and he is fucking great. We've got I forget who our DA is. But
the mayor of Buffalo is a socialist, right?
Buffalo's has it. Mayor Buffalo's a socialist. But here in Austin, we got a great DA who won't prosecute weed anymore. And so we've effectively decriminalized cannabis in Austin. Like, we've, he won't do all these other things. Like, so if
knock raids, y'all got rid of that.
We say that, no knock warrants. Yeah, in the same bill that passed decriminalization, we got rid of no knock warrants in Austin because of people like this, and it can work. I mean, I know Austin's a blue little gem, and Buffalo's New York's pretty blue anyways, but Austin, pretty little blue little spot, and we have a lot of momentum and liberal and left-leaning people here, but it can work in your town. Everyone, just pay attention to your district attorneys. That's your biggest thing. If you pay attention to any race, pay attention to your DA,
sheriffs,
and what? And sheriffs. Oh my God. I forgot that we elect sheriffs. I hate that so much. Oh my God.
I love when I make Tim cry.
We elect sheriffs. DAs and sheriffs, y'all. Your federal representatives, they matter.
Mayor, city council, it all matters.
Your council, it all matters. But if you really want to make your cities better, sheriffs, DAs, and your council. And that's like full stop. So
hallelujah.
And
remember, voting is what's the base requirement.
The base requirement. It's
the action
so easy.
Beyond that is helping your community, getting people food, water, shelter, going out and volunteering, making sure that you push legislation towards your city council that actually benefits you and yours. I cannot stress more that we are going to survive the rising tide of fascism through one way, and that's allying together at the local, state, federal, international level.
Amen. So, all right, everyone, we're going to get out of here and remember to, be honest. Well, not on your resume, lie on your resume. But also while you're making your new resume, follow us on Apple, Amazon, Google, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and or listen to the extended episodes on Patreon by donating $3 to us so we can eat. I mean, I eat fine. I think you eat fine too. Like we're not struggling, but you know, we want to do this for a living, and we kind of are. But you know, every little bit helps, and you get extra content with Patreon. So Patreon, maybe Apple channels at some point. I don't want to do that because Apple's they're a stupid podcast overlord. Anyways, so that's it. Find us on all of those. Follow the show. We're on social media on Instagram and Facebook. Mostly just go to Instagram at America the Conversation. TikTok as well. You can find the clips of these episodes on there that say, hey, come listen to this. And then that's it. So there you go. That's a real solid ending. You know what I mean?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Holy shit.
And we're not lying.
We're not lying to you. I can promise that.
I've never lied to any of you.
Nope.
Ever.
I no, I can't think of a lie. It's so hard to lie. I can't do it.
Yeah, well, Tim, you're not beautiful. That's all. And
that's a lie. All right, because everyone knows I am. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
America the Conversation is a production of America the Podcast and Shui Media. The show is created, produced, and hosted by Andrew Turner and Tim Philippi. The show is mixed and edited by Tim Philippi at Shui Media Studios in Austin, Texas. Music for America the Conversation was created by Timmy Two Step. For more, please visit americatheconversation.com.
This has been a production of Shui Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shuimedia.com.